Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Vlog. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I'm excited to bring you brand new Dazzle stickers from hot off the press. If you're not familiar with how Dazzle stickers work, let me show you. This is our new Sunflower Dazzle sticker, and Dazzle stickers are generally thin line stickers. Some of them are more solid, but these are thin lines. They work just like this. Peel them off. And then you can do one of two things with them. Well, not one of two things, multiple things with them. But I like to either back them with paper like I did here, which I'll show you how to do, or you can color them in. So first let's start with backing them with paper. And I'm going to put this one down because I have decided that's going to be too sticky. Here we go. So if you're going to back them with paper, you just need a little piece of patterned paper. I like to use a little piece of brown solid cardstock. So let's take this one off the top of the sheet here. It has a nice little grid pattern in the center there. And I'm putting this on white because the black is not going to show up on our black background. So the first thing I do is like to put a little bit of dark brown cardstock for my center of the Dazzle. And then I'm going to use these really clever little small scissors from Crafter's Companion, and I'm going to lift up the sticker on the bottom. Now let's do it like this. So I'm under the sticker and I'm just sort of lifting it up as I cut around the circle. So I'm holding the center of the circle and then I'm just cutting around it. So when I put that on that cardstock, I can lift up those edges really easily. There we go. There we go. And Dazzle stickers are usually repositional the first time that you set them down on paper, as long as you don't really smush them. There we go. So I've got my center, and now I'm going to put this on some pretty yellow dotted paper. This is from Dotted Duos paper pack number 3, which has got a lot of fall color paper in it, and it's my favorite of the Dotted Duos. I really love it. I use it. It's got orange and yellow and this beautiful kind of avocado green, and I use it all year round. And you see what I'm doing is I'm cutting these petals, just cutting the tips away. They're little triangles really, and I'm just cutting them here and here. I do that all the way around until that's all cut out. And then when I'm putting them here on the paper, then I can just either glue them flat to the surface of the card, after of course adding a little green cardstock to the leaves, or I can put a little foam tape behind this one, and this one's got a little bit of a lift to it. Another thing I like to do with my Dazzle stickers is I like to just take a card, and you can just plunk them right on the card surface. And then you can color them in, but I'm going to caution you about something. If I'm going to plunk that right on my card surface and I'm going to take colored pencils and color it, no problem with that bleeding through to the other side. But if you're using any markers, really water-based markers or alcohol-based markers like these tri-blend markers from Spectrum Noir, if you start using those and you're coloring those in when you've just got your card front, directly on the card front rather. So I started off with a darker golden brown, and then I'm taking my yellow. I'm just going to blend that like this just to give it a little depth, like that. All right, but when I turn that over, it's bled through to the back. So how do we solve that little solution? Well, pretty easy actually. I just take, this is an oval from the hot off the press oval cutting die, so it's got a scallop and a straight edge oval. Glue is a little clogged up this morning. Here we go. And I'm just going to put a little glue here and here. Attach that. So now I've got a foundation when I want to color my Dazzle sticker. So here's this big one. Put that down. Now I can use any kind of medium to color that because it's got 2 layers, and then I'm gonna like put that down on my card front and there won't be any problem with bleeding. So, whoa, pulled that right off. There we go. So you can just go ahead and color as you would with your leaves. And then I like to do the light. This is a color marker, is this one, Spectrum, or this is a dull green blend. And I use this one just repeatedly. It's one of my favorites. And then this one is the golden brown blend. I'm going to use this on the center of the little grid. And really, I use the same technique of backing my bees with paper. I backed the body of the bee with the polka dot paper, and then the leaves I backed with white paper so that they could kind of lift up a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and color in those leaves. I'm using the medium. If you're not familiar with these Spectrum Noir pens, they have 3 shades of the same color in one pen. They have a dark, a medium, and a light, and they are brilliant. They're very inexpensive. I think they're $4.99. Oops, that's not the color I wanted. I wanted to use this yellow. They're like $4.99 for 3 separate markers, and they last a long time. Debbie and I use these markers repeatedly, and they just last for, I think I've had this set for a year. Okay, so now you see I've got the 2 shades here going on, and I'm just gonna go over that brown color to blend it a little bit more. And there we go. So that's just how you would do that if you wanted to take that, take your patterned paper and bang, glue it on there without any bleeding going through the inside. So we've got some the new Wood and Textures paper pack here from hot off the press, and just a little green gingham bow. It was just a really simple card to do. All right, let's take a look at this fantastic pop-up card. This is a pop-up box card from hot off the press. My friend Debbie made this. These things are just brilliant. There we go. This makes, in this pop-up pack, they're die, everything is die cut and ready to go for you. There's 5 cards and 5 envelopes, and it folds flat like this, and then it comes with a nice big envelope to put it in for mailing. And let me show you how these come. They're really easy to do, and they're, as you can see, pretty spectacular presentation. Everything just kind of folds out, bang, like that. All right, so let me show you how this goes. So it comes like this. This is the box, and then it has a little tab. Everything is pre-scored, so you go ahead and fold it together, and then you're gluing that tab together right there. Here we go. As I did right here. So the tab's on the inside, so it's not showing. And then on the back of the little header that comes with this, it's got all the instructions, full color pictures here, and then it's also got this green box that you can cut out, and that gives you a little pattern to make all of your little panels to go around on your box. And she used Dotted Duos paper pack number 1 for this, and she used these fantastic happy birthday and balloon dazzles to decorate her box. Look at all these beautiful colors, reds, and then you've got this wonderful glitter and blues and purples and silver and gold, and then the black sheet of the greetings. So here's another card I did with this, also using Dotted Duos number 1. It's just great for a party. And what I did with this is just make sure that I've covered my card with black cardstock, and then I did a smaller piece of polka dot paper, and then an even smaller piece of white cardstock, and that was my base. And then I just layered the different colors of balloons. This top layer right here, this balloon I actually backed on a little bit of white cardstock. Let me show you how that works. I did that because I wanted to put a little bit of foam tape behind it. Here we go, I just grabbed another balloon. So you would just take that and just put that on some cardstock. Use your little scissors to cut around there. And I like to get as close to the Dazzle as I possibly can so you're not showing that white edge. It takes a little bit of practice, especially with circle, but it goes pretty quick. Okay, so once you cut that out, you don't have a sticky back anymore on this. So you can just take a little bit of foam tape. Here are these little individual squares of foam tape that you can get at Paper Wishes, and you just pop one or two on the back here. See if I can pull this off. I made this last night, so we'll see how stuck it is. There we go. So you can just put a little bit of foam tape on the back of that, and then I just took a Sharpie, fine tip Sharpie, and I just drew some lines. First place your greetings, and then you want to just draw some lines, and I broke those lines around the greeting, and then I just set this right on top to give those balloons a little dimension. So it's just a really easy and fun birthday card to do. All right. We've also got some other Dazzle stickers here. Make this card. Here we go. These are the small flower Dazzles. There's actually 600 flowers included in this pack of Dazzles. Here we go. Let me get them all the colors here. There's, they're all like mirror colored. That's what this shiny stuff is. And then you've got this sparkly color, and there's reds and pinks and purples and blues and this really great kind of fuchsia color there. And then there's even some tiny gold jewel Dazzle stickers that we use for the flower centers. So on this particular card, I also used these wonderful thank you Dazzles. These were a customer request, and they come in, it just says thank you in I think 3 different fonts, and they come in silver, gold, brown, black, and white. Okay, so you can the white there, and you can mix them. Here is a brown one and a gold one put together. And for the base of this card, I once again used the Wood and Textures paper pack from Hot Off the Press. I used a rectangle cutting die with the scalloped rectangle as well. I also used the wheelbarrow and watering can cutting die for this. And then I also borrowed these tiny little leaves from the Tiny Flowers and Leaves. And then I got to have fun just sitting here backing some of these on paper to cut out, and other ones you just pull right off the sheet. Show you how these work. Okay. Now you can use a couple of different tools to make it easier to pull these off. There's the retractable knife, craft knife, which works great. We've also got this little pokey tool, which is great for foam flower making, but it's also great for just pulling up these Dazzles. So let me show you here. We'll pull off one of these large flowers right here in this great fuchsia color. You can just put it directly on your card if you'd like, and then you can take another flower center from that same flower like this, mix up your colors, or you can take this flower and take one of the gold Dazzles, gives you lots of contrast there, and add that to get some great metallics. You can also take the tiny little flowers, they're in the center of some of these, and you can put those around. Oops, it's stuck to my finger. Like this. Oop, where'd it go? Here it is. Like that. Now you can also take one of these Dazzles that is a thin line Dazzle, just like that. Now there's a couple things you can do with these. You can put it right there. You can take one of the little daubers for ink application. Take some ink here, some pink ink from Cat IQ, and you can just daub the center of that. I'm going to put a medium gold Dazzle in the center. And then you can just cut out around that, as I did with the sunflower dazzles, and put a little foam tape behind them and put them here on your card so that these elements are popped up like that. Another thing you can do with those line dazzles, you can go ahead and take that and then find the same flower on another color, and then you just take those little innie pieces, the pieces that are usually left behind, and then you want to find how to line those up. I lost my place on here. Here we go. And you want to place those right where they would normally come off the sheet on another color. And there'll be just a little white outline around those. This is where the pokey tool is really great. Oops. You can also just take that pokey tool and lift them right back up. These are repositional as long as you don't just really rub them down. Like that. Okay, I'm going to take one of the tiny gold jewel dazzles. I'm going to put that right in the center. And then I can just either leave that right there or I can cut them out. And as you can see on my wheelbarrow, I just really layered them up and then put some of the little green leaves in there and made a little collection there. So we've got a great money saver on all these brand new dazzles from hot off the press. I would encourage you to check that out. If you're watching us on our vlog page, the money saver is to the right. You just click on that photo and I'll take it to the money saver. And if you're watching us on YouTube, just look at the description box below the video and you can find the links to the money saver as well as paperwishes.com. So thanks for joining me today and I'll see you next time.